Hi again. Alright, so on a recent video, we did multi-step equations with two variables, but we did them very simply. It was just one x and one y. These can get slightly more difficult to where there's multiple x's and maybe multiple y's. So I want to go give us an example of how this may look and walk you through that, because this involves combining like terms and other properties that may trip you up. So let's see, say I have 2x minus 3 times x minus 1 plus 5y minus 7y equals 12. Right. Oh, that's supposed to be a 2. There we go. Alright, so this looks a little more complicated than the last one that we saw, which was just 1x and 1y. So this is a true multi-step. Again, we want to solve for y in this case because it's a linear function. Okay, so first, you have to use PEMDAS. So we want to see, well, we do have parentheses. So inside these parentheses, just an x minus 1. We can't do anything with that because there's no like terms. Okay, so that part is done. I'll just write it PEMDAS so you can mark it off. Okay, so P is done. Parentheses are done because there's no like terms there, so that's out. Let's just highlight that in purple. Next is exponents. There are no little numbers up top, so exponents is also out. Okay. Next up comes multiplication. Well, we want to start with this right here. Parentheses means multiplication, so it's -3 times everything inside here. Okay. Let me just copy this to make my life a little easier. Alright, so -3 times 1, well, that's just -3. And -3 times -1, well, that's going to be +3. Okay. So now we did that multiplication. Next up is combine any like terms that are possible. Again, like terms are numbers that have the same letter next to it. So I have two sets. I have x and y. So let me highlight these different colors for us. This is one thing that does help in most cases, is to circle or highlight your like terms. This way you can't mix them up. And again, highlight in different colors if possible. Okay. So let's work with the x's first. That's 2 minus 3. So that's going to be -1x. So -1x plus 3. Okay, and then we have 5 minus 7. So that's going to be -2y. So -2y equals 12. All right, so now we're back to the simple version of the x's and the y's. There's only one of them. All right, so now we want to solve for y to get the y all by itself. There's these two things in front of it, a -1x and a +3. I need to move them to the other side of the equal sign, so I'm going to do their opposite. So I'm going to add 1 to the x and subtract 3 from the 3. Alright, so it's going to be -1x plus 1x plus 3 minus 3 minus 2y equals, and what I did to the right, I have to also do to the left, just to stay balanced. So I added 1, so plus 1x, and I subtracted 3. Okay? And I have the original 12 there. Alright, so now, -1 plus 1, well, that's 0, so x goes away. 3 minus 3, that's 0. The 3 goes away, so it's -2y equals, well, here I have like terms again. I have 12 and a 3. I'm going to do this in yellow. So now we have the 12 minus 3. So we have 1x. 12 minus 3 is 9, so plus 9. All right. And then the last step is divide by -2, which is the same as multiplying by a -half. Okay. So we have -1/2 times -2y equals, then this whole side is multiplied by -1/2. And it's x plus 9. Alright, So now we have negative half times negative 2. Well, that's just 1, so it's y equals, and then distribute the negative 1 half to both, so it's negative 1 half x, and then minus 9 over 2. It's minus because a negative number, so this negative here, times a positive number is a negative. Okay, let's space this out so it looks nice. And these cannot reduce any further, so this would be our overall answer. Again, I just wanted to show you a slightly more difficult one than the previous linear functions we worked on. Okay? Again, please like and subscribe for more content. And I also have problem sets available. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you again soon.